Hello from San Antonio, this is SIREN TaRoT. Welcome back to another Pick a Card reading. How does he or she see you? This reading is timeless, and for this reading there are 5 different options. Option 1. Option 2. 3. Option 3. Cuatro. Option 4. And Cinco. Option 5. As always, timestamps will be provided. Don't overthink it. Just think of your person of interest. Take a deep breath and make your selection. If you chose the first crystal, here is your reading. I'm going to grab my coffee. Un momento, por favor. I just shattered my TV rock. I hope that's not a bad sign. I saw a speck on the table. I wiped it off and the TV rock crashed into fragments on the floor that needs to be swept anyway. So looks like I'll be going to Etsy after I upload this, buying a new TV rock. Salute. So this is one of my mini designs. You can't really see it. One of my mini designs available at Redbubble. I have over 2,700 designs uploaded. I've been uploading to Redbubble since 2008. You can buy my designs on coffee mugs, shower curtains, art prints, hoodies, t-shirts, backpacks, socks, etc. Link in every box. Okay. Starting with my most romantic deck. Oops. Legend Arthurian. If you're in the United States and you're watching this when I upload it, when I publish it on Thursday, November 27th, I don't know, 2025. Anyway, happy Thanksgiving, whatever that means to you. To me, it means pecan pie and mac and cheese from scratch. This is my first time making macaroni and cheese from scratch. I've always wanted to do that. And my husband's famous green chili stew. And cornbread from scratch. I've always wanted to do that with green chilies, and queso with green chilies, queso blanco. Because I'm a native Texan, my husband's a native New Mexican, and we like it spicy. That's a damn good start. Knight of Cups, Caballo de Copas. 6 of Cups, Ace de Copas. The Hermit, El Ermitaño. This person loves you, but they're private about it. I definitely see the romantic feelings for one, but it's not about feelings or the nature of the relationship. It's about how do they see you. My oldest deck, my most gorgeous deck, Cat Black's Golden Tarot. Ooh, the dreaded 4 of Cups, Cuatro de Copas. Beautiful. I think this is the most gorgeous queen in the deck. Queen of Wands, Reina de Bastos. I just love the black background and the burst of red and her hair and her face and just all of it. It's just absolutely glorious. Page of Coins, Sota de Oros. And my favorite deck on the planet, I have 3 of these. They're exactly the same, but yeah, I have 3 of these decks. The Zoltun Mayan Tarot. Ace of Jades, Ace of Pentacles, As de Oros. 3 of Jades, 3 of Pentacles, 3 de Oros. 6 of Jades, 6 of Pentacles, 6 de Oros. So this is a match. This is an energetic match. This person sees you as their other half. They see you as the feminine or masculine version of themselves. You see the world the way they see the world. You have similar beliefs, values, philosophies. If you chose one, you and this person could quite possibly have Venus conjunct Venus in your synastry. Venus is not just love, it's what we value. It's money. The second house, the house of Taurus, it's a house of money and it's ruled by Venus. Anyway, you and this person could have something like Venus conjunct Venus in Taurus. I'm getting strong Taurus vibes because 6, number of Venus, 6 of Pentacles, I think of Taurus when I see this. And this last row is all earth. I'm about to sneeze. I'm about to sneeze. Bless me. Okay. See, this channel is about as anti-AI as you can get. I break crystals, I sneeze, I pimp my Redbubble storefront. Yeah, definitely not AI. Okay, yeah. The last row is all earth. The Hermit, Virgo, Page of Coins, which I associate with Taurus because pages like the aces are the beginning. We have the Page of Coins and the Ace of Coins. So Taurus. Taurus is the first earth sign in the earth trinity, and then 6 again, Venus. So this person sees you as someone who is rooted in reality. They could see you as a master at the 3D. You're adept at 3D stuff, getting a job, holding it down, paying bills, paying taxes. I just fell in love with Taxes by Geese, by the way. I'm bonding with my son over Geese. The lead singer, Cameron Winter, he has Sun in Pisces, Moon in Scorpio. My son has Sun and Moon in Scorpio. Anyway, Geese, Taxes, and the Cocaine song. I can't pronounce it. It's French. All pays, cocaine, whatever. The Cocaine song. I'm obsessed with those 2 songs. So yeah, they see you as someone who is responsible and capable and strong. Also with the Queen of Wands in the center, especially in this position in between the 6 of Cups and the 3 of Pentacles. You set this person's stuff on fire. They are very sexually attracted to you. They see you as someone who is sexually magnificent. They may see you as someone who is a sex magnet. A lot of people are interested in you. A lot of people find you sexy as hell. You're a catch. You're a prize. You're a dream come true. They could see you as a soulmate. Well, when you see someone as your masculine or feminine self, you see someone as your match, that's pretty much what a soulmate is. Soulmate, twin flame. I won't get into the specifics, but they feel a spiritual connection to you. They see you as someone who is the embodiment of what they deem most valuable in a person of interest. I'm using clunky language, but you get the gist. You're this person's ideal. And yeah, again, starting with the Knight of Cups, and then 6 of Cups. There's a lot of feeling here. So I get the feeling that for one, you and this person are romantic, or you were romantic in the past, excuse me. So words of love were exchanged. This is not just someone who wants to have sex with you. This is not someone who just finds you fascinating at Instagram. I feel like there has been real world involvement. There's been some stuff exchanged. A lot of energy exchange, I would say, for pile one. I feel like you and this person have this in common. You both feel deeply and you have your mood swings. There are times where, for both of you, no one can really reach you. You can't be cheered up. You can't be manipulated out of a bad mood. You just sit in that energy. I think that's the healthiest approach, by the way. Certainly in America, United States, I've noticed, I've been going through this for decades, but especially in Texas, there's this thing where you have to smile, you have to fake it. Don't make anyone uncomfortable with your moods. Go along with the crowd, go along with the program. Put a smiley face sticker on it. And that's so fake. It's not authentic. If you're going through something, then go through it. I've been in a heavy energy these past several hours, and I was just listening to Chopin, Nocturne number 9, and I just started crying. The tears just flowed because it's so fucking beautiful, and it speaks to the heavy, deep feelings that you can't smiley face sticker away. So I feel like you and this person have that in common. When you have your bad moods, you go through them. You don't try to fake it when you're not feeling your absolute best. You don't try to manipulate the way people see you. You're authentic. You're absolutely not fake. And this person loves that about you. They love your authenticity. They see you as someone who loves luxury. You have really good taste, quality over quantity. You may not have a walk-in closet full of clothes, but the clothes that you do have, the shoes that you do have, the accessories that you do have are very well chosen. You've got really good taste. You've got class. You have good manners. You present yourself like a queen or like a king. You're not tacky. You're not vulgar. You're not common. But you're a very good lover, and you have an excellent sense of humor. Probably a dark sense of humor. If you chose one, you could have Sun in Leo, Moon in Taurus, Virgo rising. Of course, that's one possibility of many. Now, the astro die. We have the planets and the nodes. We have the signs, the house numbers, the basic bitch die. I'm the only person in this family who likes pecan pie, so I got a whole HEB pecan pie to myself. I just had a slice. It was really good with vanilla ice cream. Okay, here we go. The Scrabble tiles. Uranus in Cancer in the 11th house, which is the house of Aquarius. There could be something unusual about your home. Perhaps you live in a tree house, or you live in a hot pink Airstream, or you live in a school bus, something like that. There's something unusual about your home. And your friend group could be wildly eclectic. You have all kinds of friends that, I don't know, when you put them all together, like if you have a party at your house, it would make a really good comedy, because you have all these people converging, different languages, different cultures, different beliefs. You're one of those who can be friends with people even if their politics don't align with yours. Not everyone can do that, but you're able to see other perspectives, and you're able to see the larger picture. We're all in this shit stew together. Certainly the United States, we're all in this shit soup together. Six is Venus, 5 is Mercury, Gemini, Virgo, 11, 2, Cancer, another 5, 1, Leo. So 7 is the dominant number, making Pisces, Neptune the dominant energy. This person has fantasized about you. Perhaps they're currently fantasizing about you. There's this movie playing in this person's mind, and you're the star of the movie. There's something that just, something about you inflames this person's imagination. I'm seeing a word that you don't see every day, rigmarole. We don't have all the letters, but rigmarole. Rig, oil rig. I'm seeing Rita, large. If you're a man, perhaps you have a large penis. Your person of interest could have an exceptionally large penis. Grail. You are the Holy Grail. I'm hearing Lionel Richie. Hello. You're all I've ever wanted, and my arms are open wide, 'cause you know just what to say, and you know just what to do. Okay. I don't know. Jade? Jayla? J-Lo? Jayla? I've never seen this name, but someone on the planet could have this name. J-E-L-A. Jayla. 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 I like that better than Sheila. No shade if your name is Sheila. Sheila, Jayla, Elaine, Eliza, Riley, Lisa Marie Presley's daughter. I have their book, Riley Keough. And you keep it real, and they absolutely love that about you. Maybe you're from Raleigh, North Carolina. They love your energy. Could be an age gap. Okay. And you can open a jar. If the lid is resistant, you just get a spoon or a can opener and bang it on the lid, or you get it and you just bang it on the countertop, and that's how you open a resistant lid. Okay, I'll stop there. And you're not a liar. Some would say you are honest to a fault, but I've never liked that saying, because the way I see it, there's no fault in telling the truth. You're not a liar. Yeah, that's what I see for one. I hope that helps. I do this full time. I'm always eating pie, washing dishes, folding laundry, playing my out-of-tune guitar, and shuffling cards. All the info's in every box. Thanks for watching. Peace out. Some more coffee. Can't believe I shattered that rock. Damn it. Salute from San Antonio. chose crystal number 2. Here is your reading. Starting with my oldest deck, Cat Black's Golden Tarot. Now that just flipped out. Page of Swords, Sota de Espadas. The Magician, El Mago. 7 of Cups, 8 of Copas. My most romantic deck, Legend Arthurian. I just realized something. This is going to throw the whole reading off, but I'm not going to redo this. I don't know if it was for pile 2 or pile 3. I think it might have been pile 2. There was a TV rock and it shattered. I shattered it while I was doing pile 1. So if you chose the TV rock, this is actually your reading. So I'll have to grab another crystal. I don't know how the fuck I'm going to do the thumbnail now. Fuck. I don't want to redo this reading because I like the way I read for pile 1, even though there were numerous mistakes. I still like the words that came out, the energy that came out. So I'm not going to redo this. I'll think of something. Here, I'll do this. I'll do this. Because I'm pretty sure this is 3. Okay, if you chose the TV rock, pile 2, it shattered on the floor. Maybe that has some meaning, some synchronicity for someone. I don't know. But there was a speck on the table. You can see the splinter. There was a speck and I wiped it off. And I knocked the TV rock onto the floor. It shattered into all these pieces. So I have to go to Etsy after I upload this and get a new TV rock. Okay. Here we go. Legend Arthurian. Looking at the stove clock, it's 4:04. Make a wish. That's 8, Capricorn. Six of Swords, Seis de Espadas. The Fool, El Loco, Aquarius, Hangman, El Cagado, Pisces. My favorite deck on the planet. I have 3 copies of this, 3 decks. They're all the same, but I have 3. The Zoltun Mayan Tarot. Nine of Jades, 9 of Pentacles, 9 of the Oros. Warrior of Swords, Knight of Swords, Caballo de Espadas. Ah, 3 of Staffs, 3 of Wands, 3 of Bastos, 3 is Jupiter, Sagittarius. Someone doesn't want me to deliver this message. Lo siento, no lo siento, I am going to deliver this message. I understand hate watching. I do. I get it. There are some people, you watch them, you just like feeling superior. Like, oh, they did that thing wrong and that thing. And I really hate this person's personality and I really hate their energy. It's common. Hate watching is a thing. It's been a thing. It will continue to be a thing. But I've gotten more love than hate at this channel. So I continue. I persist. I expect the hate because it's common, it's ubiquitous. There's lots of hate to go around, but there's more love. Love wins. How does this person see you? They see you as someone who is extremely complicated. You're hard to pin down. You're elusive. You can't be put in a box. You're not generic. You're not common. You're not predictable. You're a wild card. Maybe you're poly, or you like an open relationship. You simply want to be free. You don't want anyone to define you or constrain you. You're going to do exactly whatever the fuck you want to do. You cannot be deceived. You cannot be manipulated. You can't be shamed into conformity. You probably have strong Aquarius in your chart. Rocking out with your cock out, always. So if you chose to, you could have Sun in Aquarius, Mercury in Pisces, Libra rising, Moon in Virgo, just one possibility. We have the most spiritual axis in Western astrology, my opinion. Pisces, Virgo. So you could have your own brand of spirituality. You're not a dyed-in-the-wool conformist Wiccan. No shade against Wiccans who follow the letter of the law, follow the book, but you do it your own way. People say, oh, you have to light this color candle on this day, or you have to light this incense, or you have to say the prayer this way. You combine and you make it your bitch. You make spirituality your bitch. You could have an altar with a framed picture of Pee Wee Herman or candles every color of the rainbow. You wave your freak flag high and no one can pin you down and no one can tell you what to do. This is the anti-Catholic, anti-organized religion pile. Maybe you were brought up in a really restrictive religion like Catholicism or Orthodox Judaism or the Baptist religion in Texas, Southern Baptist to be specific. And you found out early on that you're going to make your own way. You're going to carve your own path. No one's going to tell you what to do. So that's how this person sees you. They see you as a freak, and I mean that in the best sense of the word. You're a freak. You're a wild child, a wild card. You're a badass. You're Johnny Cash performing live at Folsom Prison. Hello, I'm Johnny Cash. Johnny Cash was a Pisces. So, my new favorite lead singer is Cameron Winter of the band Geese. I'm obsessed with Taxes and the Cocaine song. I can't pronounce the title. Pays, cocaine, whatever. It's not an exact translation anyway, but Cocaine and Taxes. I'm just listening to those songs over and over again. I've turned my son on to Geese. Cameron Winter has Sun in Pisces, Venus in Pisces. I think he has Mars in Taurus, and he's got Moon in Scorpio. So you could have really eclectic musical taste. Maybe you like obscure bands. Geese is not obscure. They're going to be at Coachella in 2026. That's not obscure, but they're from Brooklyn. They caught on. They caught the popular attention. But you could like obscure bands like, I don't know, White Fang or Dirt Dress or Brian Jonestown Massacre, or a band so obscure that I've never heard of it, you know. Maybe a regional band. Maybe you're in New Zealand and there's some band just really doing their job in New Zealand. Okay, so I called out a possible astro combo. Yeah, this person has intense admiration for you. They don't always understand you. And now the song that I'm hearing is, baby, sometimes I don't understand you, but you're the abstract art in my modern museum. And baby, sometimes we fall apart, but the ruins of my heart stand like a coliseum. I hope you die. I hope you die by my side. God, I have that song on so many playlists. I think the lead singer, I think the band's from Germany. Not for sure. But, yeah. Molly something. They don't always understand you, but they like the way you perceive the world. They like the way you express yourself. They have this intense admiration for you. Oh, Mars. Mars and Sagittarius in the 8th house, the house of Scorpio. You are intensely yourself. You don't fade into the background. You're like Ozzy Osbourne. He was Sagittarius. You stand out in a crowd. I love the origin story of Black Sabbath, how they got together. Someone in the band had the PA system, and that's how they got going, because those were hard to come by in war-torn, where is it? Somewhere in the UK. I can't think of the town that Ozzy's from. God, I suck. I've only heard it a million times. I'm a big Ozzy fan, Black Sabbath, but not London, but somewhere in war-torn UK, post-World War II. A PA was hard to come by. And someone had it, and that's how Black Sabbath got together. My son's PA system is on the way. We are putting the band together. I gave my Leo husband drums for Christmas. And I want to give myself a bass guitar. So I feel like if you chose to, music is huge. You play an instrument, or you're obsessed with music, you collect vinyl, you got a million playlists. Two is Cancer, 4 is Aquarius, and oh my God, I love that, 4 Aquarius. 6, Venus, so 8 is actually the dominant number. Capricorn is the dominant energy. 8 is Capricorn. You have integrity. There's a certain code that you live by. And you never cheat yourself. You never betray yourself. You don't compromise yourself. Janis Joplin, Capricorn. Famous quote, don't compromise yourself. You're all you got. For Dodd. Raise. You raise the vibration of a room just by being in it. You don't have to say anything. You just walk into a room, the vibration is instantly raised. Okay. Gila Monster, Arizona. I'm seeing Gilda Radner, Saturday Night Live. Gilda Radner was a Cancer. I'm hearing Girl by the Beatles. Is there anybody going to listen to my story all about the girl who came to stay? She's the kind of girl you want so much it makes you sorry. Still you don't regret a single day. Ah, girl. You're definitely not AI. You could never be AI because you're not generic, you're not fake. You are authentic all the way. Yeah. And I'm hearing Leaving Las Vegas by Sheryl Crow. Sheryl Crow is an Aquarian. Used to be I could drive up to Barstow for the night, find some crossroad trucker, demonstrate his might. You got legs. You know how to use them. You know how to use your legs, so congratulations. Good job. R.J. Raj. The Raj Mahal. The Taj Mahal. Careful, your Texas is showing the Taj Mahal. What a testament to undying love and devotion. You keep it real. You keep it 100, as they say. Hearing Quiet Lies, Reptile Legit. Okay. Got to be real. That's what I see for 2. Hope that helps. I do this full time. I don't do anything else. I'm not a secretary. I'm not an accountant. I'm not a CSR for some call center. I don't work at AutoZone. I don't work at Walmart or Target or Five Below or Dollar Tree or Family Dollar or Dollar General or Taco Bell, Taco Cabana. I suck at waiting tables. I suck at most things, but I'm okay at tarot. So I do this full time. All the info's in every box. Thank you so much for watching. Peace out. And I think this is 3. I think this is tres. The TV rock shattered as explained in pile 1, pile 2. This is pile 3. If you chose pile 3, here is your reading. Salute from San Antonio. I'm drinking black coffee. Black like my soul. Okay, starting with my most romantic deck, Legend Arthurian. How do they see you? My latest Patreon video for my top 2 tiers, I was singing, "This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Hide it under a bushel, no, I'm gonna let it shine. Hide it under a bushel, no, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine." I should start options because not everyone wants their tarot cards read. Not everyone wants a synastry chart or a natal chart. I should start a new service. Pay me to read a book to you. I can make you a private video, me reading any book. I've got a library. Reading a book, reading one of my books, a video of me just singing. It can be audio or video, me just singing, video or audio of me reading. ASMR, because I have an ASMR kind of voice. So, yeah, I should offer some more services, I guess. It's getting kind of stale, kind of stagnant. We start with the Knight of Shields, Knight of Pentacles, Caballo de Oros. Then we have the Hanged Man, El Colgado. And then we have the Moon, La Luna. Oh, 2 Pisces cards in a row. All right. I will be so glad when Saturn gets the hell out of my 7th house. Like it's going to be a cakewalk when it goes into my 8th. One of the hardest years of my life, 1996. Saturn in Aries, my 8th house. I almost died, but I didn't. So here I am shuffling cards. Okay, Cat Black's Golden Tarot, my oldest deck. Yeah, Saturn in the 8th was probably actually my worst. I don't know. There's been so many contenders, but 1996 was absolutely one of the worst years in my life. 10 of Coins, Deus de Oros. Then we have the Knight of Swords, Caballo de Espadas. And then we have the boring and weary 9 of Wands. It's not sexy. Nueve de Bastos. My favorite deck on the planet. I love it so much. I have 3 decks of this. The Zoltun Mayan Tarot. 420. Smoke them if you got them. Looking at the stove clock. 420, that's 6 Venus. Six of Swords, Seis de Espadas. 5 Jades, 5 Pentacles, Cinco de Oros. Strength. I feel like if you chose 3, you have been going through it. Maybe lately, maybe recently, or your life has just been marked by challenges and seemingly insurmountable obstacles. Like, damn, we're going through this thing again. This person's coming into my life again. This challenge is presenting itself again. When can a bitch catch a break? You know, when can a bitch catch a break? I'm gonna get some more coffee. What about redbubble designs? I have over 2,700. Link in every box. Oh, that's a splitter of glass, or it's from that TV rock that shattered. I got a sweet. It's ridiculous. Okay. Yeah, after I upload this, I'm going to order a new TV rack at Etsy. This makes me really sad. I'm gonna get a new TV rack, and I'm gonna put on the makeup, and I'm gonna brush my hair and put on some clothes, and I'm gonna go out in the garage and do a guitar reading for 2 Cups, Too Many Tarot. How does this person see you? They see you as someone who has survived some shit. You've been through it many times over, and you've survived. The song I'm hearing, the video I'm seeing is I'm Still Standing, Elton John. Elton John is an Aries. It's easy for someone who's ignorant, someone who doesn't know any better, to look at Elton John and be envious. Bitch, must be nice. You put on the sunglasses, you get on stage, and you play the piano, and you've got millions, maybe billions at this point, I don't know. You've got millions, billions of dollars. Must be nice. Just a little bit of research shows you what Elton John came from, what that man had to overcome to become who he is. Okay. And I'm getting a similar vibe for 3. Maybe you come from a really oppressive culture and you're gender fluid, or you're trans, or you're gay, and maybe you were in the closet for years, and now you're being who you are, and you're being met with resistance, judgment, small-minded people coming at you like ants, like gnats, because you aren't like them. I'm also hearing the last track on Holes Live Through This. It's called Rockstar. When I went to school in Olympia, everyone's the same. What do you do with a revolution? So yeah, that was Courtney Love's rage directed at the conformity of Olympia, Washington. All these girl bands coming out, I guess, I don't know, Bikini Kill, etc. So, like Courtney Love, you could have anger issues, but you've used the anger, and I'm not really saying that she has anger issues, but you have rage, and a lot of times the rage is justified, it's righteous rage. You have this rage, this anger, and you're using it as fuel to get to the level where you want to be. So you could be intensely creative. You create music or art, or you're a writer. You're using your rage against a conformist society, your rage against the machine, your rage against the matrix to fuel your art. That's how you create your art, is all this deep dissatisfaction. So it hasn't been published yet. It's scheduled for December 17th. Underground Press, Roadside Press. This trans woman, Pella Felton, she wrote the best review I've ever received for any of my books. And I've been at this since 2005. So she wrote this multiple paragraph, brilliant review for my latest poetry collection, Super Cherry Extra. And this one sentence really just brings it home and nails it for me. She's talking about my anger, because a lot of the poems in my collection are extremely angry. She's saying, I can't figure out why more people aren't this angry. You know, she's saying that my anger is righteous, it's justified. I'm angry at a flawed system. So, yeah, if you're not angry right now, if you're living in the United States in 2025 and you're not angry, I don't know if you're just on heavily medicated. You're heavily medicated, you're on a lot of drugs, or you're just not paying attention, but there's a lot of stuff to rage against. And you can do that in a way that is sanctified, in a way that is good, in a way that is conducive to change. Pick up a pen, pick up a guitar, do something. Scream into the abyss, scream into the void. Pretend that you're dead, pretend that we're dead by L7. Yeah. Sleepwalking through life, just not reacting to anything. You've been at the poverty level at least once in your life. You've had to struggle with poverty, probably, if you chose this pile. You've had to overcome, you've had to find a way to make money, to keep money. This person sees you as someone who, this sounds dramatic, but this is what's coming through. This is a really dramatic pile. They see you as someone who is surrounded by enemies. You have to fight this battle and this battle. I mean, we have the Knight of Swords in the center. I feel like you fight with your words. And I'm remembering a passage from a favorite book of mine. A Little Princess. Is a Little Princess or The Little Princess? I've not read it in years. I loved that book when I was a kid. The little girl, this monologue, this diatribe aimed at this little bratty bitch, and she's just telling her what's up. I'm gonna have to find that book and put the passage that I'm talking about on my community or something, see what I'm talking about. If you know, you know. But you could come from a very restrictive, dominant culture, and you went against the grain. You didn't conform. Similar to what I saw in 2. You did not conform. And you've just been met with all kinds of resistance. And this person feels tremendous compassion for you. They know how hard you fight just to survive, just to stay alive in this dystopia. They know what you're up against, and they see you as someone kind of like the Joan of Arc. Joan of Arc, Saint Joan of Arc. They see you as someone who is fighting a losing battle, perhaps, but you don't stop fighting. You're on the right side of history, okay? If you chose 3, you could have Sun in Leo, Moon in Pisces, Aquarius rising. You probably have a really prominent Saturn in your chart. You could have Saturn in the 10th house, Saturn on an angle. 10th house is an angle. MC, Saturn on your MC, Saturn on your ascendant, 1st house, 4th house, 7th house, 10th house, Saturn in Capricorn, Saturn in the 10th house, Saturn that makes a lot of aspects. Okay. Oh my God, are you serious? We're almost at 50 minutes. I never make videos this long, and we still have 2 piles left. This is crazy. That's 9. So Mercury and Libra in the 9th house. You're really smart. You're really good at expressing your truth. You're really good at communicating. I'm getting strong writer vibes for 3. Maybe you have some books at Amazon. I have several. I have a blog, Chupacabra Disco. You have a blog. Do they still have LiveJournal? Or what's that popular thing? God damn it. That popular blog, that popular platform. Tumblr. Maybe you have a Tumblr. Or you have a YouTube channel, a podcast. You vlog. You express yourself without reservation. 2 is Cancer, 1 is Leo, 3 Sagittarius, 4 Aquarius, 5 Mercury, Gemini, Virgo, 6 Venus. So 7 is the number making Pisces the dominant energy. You have a really good imagination. I can see you writing fiction. Maybe your writings are genre specific. You write romance or sci-fi or dystopian or horror, Creepypasta. My son lately has been really into the creepypasta. You could be an RN. I'm seeing specifically an emergency room nurse. Okay. Sorry, India. Sarah. You go against the grain. Maybe you did some time in the military. Maybe you went through basic training. I went through most of basic training. I got a medical discharge, almost bled to death. Mineraja. Fort Jackson, South Carolina, 1995. That's when I got my medical discharge, was I think May 1995. Still have my dog tags. Shooting an M16 was my favorite part. I loved shooting targets. Anything else? Rain. That's what my Scorpio boyfriend called me back in 2014, 2015, 2016. He called me Rain. My last name is Rainwater. My maiden name is Rainwater. Anne, Annie, Jeannie, Jenny, Jennifer. Yeah, that's what I see for 3. I hope that helps. Thank you so much for watching. Peace out. I am still picking cards, I'm shuffling cards, I'm reading cards, I'm shuffling cards, I'm picking cards. 4. 4. What it be, chickadee? What it do, chickadoo? Wait, what it do, chickaboo? I'm just a font of knowledge and pop culture references and weird vernacular. My most romantic deck, Legend Arthurian. Baby, sometimes I don't understand you, but you're the abstract art in my modern museum. Baby, sometimes we fall apart, but the ruins of my heart stand like a coliseum. Okay. Molly Nilsson. Nilsson. I've got that song on numerous playlists. I Hope You Die. But it's not a hate song, it's a love song. Hope you die by my side. 7 of Swords, Eight of the Espadas. Ace of Shield, Ace of Pentacles, As de Oros, Page of Swords, Eight of the Espadas. I sang once with a band. I mean, I've sang a lot of karaoke, but I actually sang with a real band at Bar America, San Antonio, Texas. This was 2014. I sang Folsom Prison Blues. I hear the train a-comin'. It's rolling round the bend. I ain't seen the sunshine since I don't know when. I'm stuck in Folsom Prison. And time keeps dragging on. Lady or Queen of Jades, Queen of Pentacles, Reina de Oros. 9 of Swords, Eight of the Espadas. Lord or King of Wands, Rey de Bastos. Oh, you and this person, you have had some fights. It's pretty intense. When the two of you go at it, look out. Look out, Facebook. Okay, what else? Cat Blacks, Golden Tarot. This is going to be one of my longest videos ever. It's going to be over an hour. Watch out. The Hermit, El Ermitaño. Queen of Cups, Reina de Copas. 6 of Wands, Ace de Bastos. Okay, they see you as someone who triggers them and challenges them like nobody else. You see through them, and that unnerves and unsettles this person. They can't get anything past you. They can't lie to you. They can't deceive you. They can't trick you. They can't manipulate you. You see all. They see you as someone who is psychic and you're just connected to a higher source that they cannot comprehend or understand. How did you know that? How did you see that? How did you know that I was doing that? How did you know that I was lying? You know, it really blows their mind. You have this uncanny intelligence that most people don't possess, because most people these days, this is my opinion, most people are walking around just kind of in a fog and a sleepwalk and a daze, disabled by technology, disabled by the noise of social media. A lot of people are walking around not knowing how to connect to their higher self, not knowing how to read people accurately. Most people are walking around these days with a disabled intuition, and you got to get back to that. It's like I was telling my son last night. I was telling him, you got to save yourself. I can't save you. Your dad can't save you. That's the task of a lifetime for every person who's aware, who cares. We have to save ourselves. We have to save ourselves from the noise, from the misinformation, from the lies. And bottom line, in this dystopia, speaking about Texas, United States specifically, 21st century, in this dystopia, if you're walking around with a disabled intuition, good luck, because there is so much to watch out for. You have to be sharp. You have to be canny. You have to be able to read people. Okay. I was fooled recently. Oh my God. This was 2 or 3 days ago. I got a message in my spam folder. And usually if it's in spam, I honor that and I just delete. But I opened up this email and I looked this woman up at Goodreads, and she had presence. This woman had presence. This press, whatever this thing is in Canada, it had presence. I looked it up. Anyway, she was saying that her book club had selected my book, Monkey Bite, to discuss on their show and their forum, whatever. And I was excited and flattered because no one knows about Monkey Bite. You have to really know my books to know about Monkey Bite. It's buried, you know, it's at lulu.com. You know, a lot of people know about Bullshit Rodeo and other stuff, but no one knows about Monkey Bite. So it seemed legitimate. I was so excited that I forwarded the email to my friend and an editor or publisher that I've worked with, Michelle McDonald of Roadside Press. And then after I sent a very enthusiastic response to this woman, she comes back with, oh, there's going to be a one-time fee. You have to pay for us to talk about your book, to promote your book. And so then I dug deeper and I found a Reddit discussion. And that's what they do. They make you think they're going to promote your book, and then they ask for money. So that's a scam. And it was just really disheartening because I am hungry for community. You know, and a few months ago, this channel was taken down because of a hacker. So I'm not all-knowing by any means. I make mistakes. But you make fewer mistakes than most people because your intuition is extremely sharp. You could be psychic. You could have your own tarot channel. You could read for clients. You could do Reiki. Maybe you have a much higher subscriber count than I have. You have more than 30,000 or more than 50,000 or more than 100,000. Congratulations if that's the case. I've been at this wheel for a million years trying to spin the straw into gold, but alas. Okay, so I don't usually do 5 piles. Someone requested it. If you chose 4, you could have Sun in Virgo, Moon in Pisces, Sagittarius rising. You could have a really robust Mercury. You could have Mercury in Virgo, one of the best Mercuries you can have. Your Mercury could be in Virgo in the 1st house or the 7th house or the 10th house, something like that. But you know your stuff, and you can't necessarily explain how you know what you know, but you're probably intensely spiritual. You meditate. Maybe you've gone on some retreats. You've gone on an ayahuasca retreat, something like that. And your third eye is open. And your third eye is always watching. That's how this person sees you. They see you as a psychic. They see you as someone who is in your power, your conduit, or you are a conduit. You're a conduit for the divine. Your transmissions are exceptionally clean. You take excellent care of yourself. You glow. You're numinous. You're radiant. You have this God-like presence. Even if you're laughing, you're saying, I'm here in my Walmart sweatpants eating nacho Doritos and I'm watching Judge Judy. Regardless, you have this God-like presence. Maybe you don't see it, but they see it, and a lot of people see it. You have this holiness. You shine. You radiate. You know, I'm not a Christian, but I was brought up in the Southern Baptist Church in rural Texas. And the more research I did on my own, just going down all the rabbit holes and really fucking with the King James Bible, I love Jesus. Not the way he's represented lately, but the way Jesus was described in the New Testament. You know, he was a badass. His favorite people were sex workers, hookers, prostitutes, whores. He liked the whores. He liked the people who didn't have anything. Jesus, the real Jesus, was anti-status quo. He wasn't Mr. Hollywood. He wasn't about the clean people who pronounce every word with precision, who have all the degrees, who live in an ivory tower. He was down with the rabble. He was down with the rebels. He was down in the dirt. That's the kind of Jesus that I admire. Well, the real Jesus, from what I've studied and read and researched, the real Jesus, he was not about appearances. He was not about artifice. He was not about impressing people, okay? He was a bearer of the light. He was a conduit for the divine, and he was clean. He was able to see God in the dirt. And so that's how this person sees you. They see you as not average. You stand out because you have this really good mind. Yeah. Oh my God, this video. 444, you got an angel number, make a wish. 12-3, Jupiter Sagittarius. Your ancestors are looking out for you. You are favored. You are protected. People are going to come at you. They're going to come at you with their swords and their knives. I'm using metaphors, hopefully, not being literal. People are going to come at you. They're going to come out of the woodwork, the roaches, the gnats, the people who don't have minds or power of their own. They're going to come at you. They're going to attack you. You have to see them for what they are. Consider the source, as they say. Aquarius. Mars and Aquarius in the third house. That's the house of Gemini. If you ever ask yourself, why am I here? You know, what am I doing here? What is my purpose? You're here to shine the light in the dark places. You are here to speak the truth. Two is Cancer. That never happens. Oh my God. This pile 4 is sanctified. It's like, it's just a pick a card reading on YouTube. Shut up. You know what you're talking about. It's just a pick a card reading on YouTube. Okay. This is holy. Something is coming through here. You got an angel number on the fucking stove clock. You got 444. And now we have 3 2s. 2, Cancer. 4, Aquarius. 6, Venus. You are godlike. You are numinous. Your beauty goes beyond Maybelline and CoverGirl and Kylie Jenner Cosmetics and Ulta and Sephora. You don't need plastic surgery. You can live to be 100. Don't get any work done. Just let your light shine through. Let your light shine all over your face, okay? There's nothing fake about your beauty. You can't buy it at Ulta or Sephora. There's a connection to your mom, a really strong connection. If your mom has passed, you still have this strong connection to your mom. And she's one of the people, or one of the energies on the other side that is really pulling for you. You're favored, you're protected. You're never alone. You're always connected to this beautiful, loving energy. I'm getting the Ace of Cups, and I'm seeing a mother, grandmother maybe. You could have had one of those mothers who read to you and sang to you, and you always felt safe, and you always felt completely loved. You were seen, you were understood, and that is more valuable than any amount of money in the bank. When you have a parent, usually it's a mom, but not always. When you have a parent, a caretaker, a caregiver who truly saw you and understood you and valued you, and you were never an annoyance. You were never told to go away, I'm busy doing this thing or that thing, but they sat with you and they were present and they witnessed you and they saw the beauty in you. That is worth more than $1 million in the bank. Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to fuck with. Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to fuck with. Yeah. I'm going to put on my Wu-Tang vinyl. I'm going to put on my Wu-Tang after I upload this. I have 2 copies, Chambers, because one got scratched. I was watching Eazy-E interviews lately. Eazy-E was a Virgo. Jennifer. I keep hearing Lionel Richie. Lionel Richie's a Gemini. You're all I've ever wanted, and my arms are open wide, 'cause you know just what to say, and you know just what to do. Maybe if you're a little girl or a boy, I don't know, you took jazz lessons when you were a kid. I took jazz, but I mean dance, not playing an instrument. I took jazz, I took tap. I was in various dance recitals when I was a kid. Arizona, New Zealand, Australia, Austria. Doozy. I'm hearing Bitch Please, Eminem, Dre, Snoop Dogg. I might leave in a body bag, but never in cuffs. Bitch Please, you must have a mental disease. Assume the position, get back down on your knees. You don't really want to fuck with me. I'll stop. That's what I see. Oh, we got Susie. Hello, Susie. Hello, Susie. Hello, Suzanne, Susanna, Susan. Okay. Very zen. Yeah, thanks for watching. Peace out. If you chose 5, Cinco, we are at over 1 hour. It's been a million years. I'm getting some more coffee. I've got to sweep up this crystal that I broke. I've got to put on the Wu-Tang. I got to get stuff done. Got to make cornbread from scratch. I have a queso blanco, mac and cheese from scratch, because I'm just that gangsta, top of the list. Played by a shit with something like this. Cruising down the street in my 6'4". Easy was a Virgo. If you can't see the spirituality in Boys in the Hood or Bitch Please or anything the Wu-Tang did or Oh Dirty Bastard, if you can't see the spirituality in that, then you need to just hang up your halo, because I don't like the conformist spirituality where you just talk out your ass, you're saying things you saw in a Dolores Cannon video. Well, if you're having a hard time on this planet, you wrote the soul contract, you chose this. Just grab a crystal and rub it and breathe in, breathe out. Nah, that's overplayed, that's overstated, that's generic, that's false, that's not the truth. So you got to find spirituality in the 3D, because that's where we are. I mean, we're not living in Atlantis, right? We're all living on planet Earth. That is as 3D as it gets. So make yourself a gin and tonic and get over yourself if you're on some spiritual high horse. Ace of Shields, Ace of Pentacles, As de Oros. That's the Magician, El Mago. King of Spears, King of Wands, Rey de Bastos. Oh my God, I'm seeing Joe Pachinko. Joe Pachinko had Sun in Leo, Mercury in Leo, Moon and Mars in Gemini, and Taurus rising. I was talking to my son last night about Joe Pachinko as I was tickling his back as he was falling asleep. Joe Pachinko was one of my muses, probably my main one. He inspired my novel, Bullshit Rodeo, available at Amazon. All of my books, most of my books, you can buy signed copies directly from me. My favorite deck, the Zoltun Mayan Tarot. I read Joe Pachinko's first poetry collection, The Urinals of Hell, and I just fell in love. This was 2005, 2006. I fell in love. Then I met him in person at the 540 Club in San Francisco at a reading, and I fell deeper in love. The man was a myth. He played the Rolling Stones and Graham Parsons for me on his piano. Queen of Cups, Reina de Copas. Big King Daddy, the Emperor. Ten of Swords. Could be that it's ended between you and this person, but it's not about the nature of the relationship or their feelings. It's about how do they see you. My son is running on the treadmill in the garage. Our garage, it's highly energetic. After I do this, I want to put on Wu-Tang while I'm doing my makeup, and I want to go out and just shred on the guitar for 2 cups too many. I'll do an all signs using the guitar. Bought my Leo husband drums for Christmas. My son's PA system and laptop are on the way. And I'm going to buy myself a bass guitar and an amp. I already have an electric guitar that I can't play, but I'm going to add a bass guitar to the mix. I want to have 2 instruments that I can't play. 2 of Swords, Dos de Espadas. 3 of Cups, Tres de Copas, and 8 of Cups, Ocho de Copas. Yeah, I feel like this has ended, and you've not talked to this person in quite some time. How do they see you? Or how did they see you? How do they see you? Because they're still watching you. Even if they've passed on, like Joe Pachinko, they've passed on to the next realm, someplace much better and brighter than where we are on this planet at this time. They're still watching you, okay? How do they see you? They see you as someone who is a delicious, delectable, delirious, divine blend of the masculine and the feminine. We have the Queen of Cups next to the Emperor, the most masculine card in the deck. You're feminine, you're masculine, and it's intoxicating. It's very attractive. You can play Chopin or Beethoven on the piano, or you're moved by something like Chopin's Nocturne No. 9. I was listening to that earlier and I was just crying. The tears just flowed. Or you can listen to Moonlight Sonata and just sob. You feel the notes, you feel the music. But if someone is going to fuck with you, you will cut a bitch. A favorite astrologer of mine, I found this woman at Zanga back in the dinosaur days of the internet, 1999. Elsa, she runs a website, elsa.com. She's a Virgo. She's brilliant. I love this saying that she has. You can cut me. Anyone can cut anyone. There's all kinds of knives, swords, switchblades. If you cut me, I get to keep the knife. Meaning, I will use that energy as I see fit. And what has always perplexed me, I never can figure this one out, is how someone can attack me and then get their panties in a wad when I defend myself, or when I attack them even harder than they attacked me. It doesn't make any sense. If you attack someone verbally, psychically, however, you really can't cry foul. You can't really throw a little pity party when the person hits back and hits you even harder than you hit them. That's what I'm talking about. So, yes, you're not one to be fucked with. You will defend yourself. You have a very strong will. You have a very strong mind. You're very adept at expressing yourself. You have a huge heart, but you also have a very, very strong mind. So, when I do these readings, I've been doing these for years, I get more views on how does he see you than anything else. I'm not like a lot of readers who really go on about what you look like, because to me, quite frankly, that's boring. I'm not a Kylie Jenner or Kardashian fan. I'm not really into cosmetics or those channels. Get ready with me while I talk about true crime. Yeah, that's not my thing. So I don't go on about your legs or your body or how you look in that bikini or your hair or your eyes. I don't. I talk more about energy and personality because it's more interesting, I think. So if you're a parent, especially if you're a mom, if you're a mother, you are a very good mother. You are fiercely protective of your kids. No one's going to fuck with your kids. You're like a mama bear, a lion, a tiger. But you also know how to have a good time, and you don't take yourself too seriously. You're intense. You're very intense when it comes to your art, your creation, your resources, your kids. But you can relax and have fun, and you have a wicked sense of humor. And I feel like this has ended. Again, it's not about the nature of the connection or the relationship, but I feel like at one time, you and this person, your person of interest, you were exceptionally close. Your connection was so full. It was spiritual. It was deep. Okay, so I'm hearing, doesn't matter where you've been, as long as it was deep. Yeah, just what I needed, the cars. They see you as someone who is deep, and you have a lot to pull from. You have a deep well. You have these inner resources. And that makes you an exciting person because you're in the 3D. We all are. You deal with stuff. You deal with taxes, rent, mortgage, bills, whatever. But you're connected to something higher, and you're soulful. If you're a musician, your music really affects people. If you're a writer, your words can move people to tears. If you create art, people can look at your art and just start crying. My first date with the Scorpio that I was on and off with for a couple of years, Our first date, Rosario's downtown San Antonio. Sitting across from me, he started talking about Guernica, Picasso's most famous painting. He saw it in some museum in Europe. Maybe it was Spain. I don't know. He saw Guernica, and as he was telling me about the experience, he started crying. He had tears in his eyes, and I was very moved by that. I like when a man can cry, talking about something like that, you know, a piece of art that affected him or a song. I think that's very sexy when a man's able to connect to his feminine. So regardless if you're a man or a woman, you're connected to the masculine and the feminine. You're a blend, and that's very appealing to this person. If you chose 5, you could have Sun in Taurus, Scorpio rising, Moon in Libra. That's just one possibility of many. Okay. Uranus in Taurus. Uranus is currently in Taurus. I can't wait till it goes back into Gemini and stays there for a while. That's going to be exciting. Uranus and Gemini. Buckle up, Buttercup. Uranus and Taurus in the first house, the house of Aries. So you can be going along, you're just placid, you're chilling, you're complacent. Then you drop this truth bomb that just shakes everyone up. What the fuck? Where did that come from? You open up the closet and you let the skeletons tumble out. You're a truth teller. I've been getting that for a lot of these piles. It must be my energy coming out because I'm absolutely a truth seeker and a truth teller. 1 is Leo. Nothing compares to you, Sinead O'Connor. Prince, who had Sun in Gemini, Moon in Pisces, he wrote and first recorded Nothing Compares to You. I do prefer Sinead's version. It's very soulful. Sinead O'Connor, all I know is that she was Sagittarius. I looked up her chart, but I forgot. But I'll never forget Prince. Well, I know that he was Gemini with the Pisces moon. I forget the rest. Okay. 3 Sagittarius, and then 1 Leo, 2 Cancer. Yeah, I cried when Prince died, and I made this painting that was terrible. 2 is Cancer. 5 is the dominant number, making Mercury the dominant energy. You could be a genius. You could have a really high IQ. You could have a few degrees, 2 or 3 college degrees, and you probably have a library. You're a bibliophile. You're tied to this person. Okay. Jay-Z. Jay-Z, Sagittarius. Maybe you publish a zine. If so, if you publish a zine, I would love to promote it at this channel. I did a zine called Instant Pussy starting in 2005, off and on, and I did one for the pandemic in 2020, called it Quarantine. Yeah. If you do a zine, if you put out a zine, if you sell it on Etsy or whatever, just let me know and I'll promote your zine at this channel. I'm all about the zines and DIY. You know, making your own jewelry, making your own music, your own books, underground literature, whatever. Tina, Tanya, Jennifer. I'll stop there. I got a lot of stuff I got to do. This is the longest pick a card I may have ever done in my life. I don't know. Maybe you're in New Jersey. That's what I see, and that concludes this pick a card reading. Thank you all so much for watching, liking, commenting, subscribing, sharing, hyping. Sending you all massive love and light from San Antonio.